passage. I'll read it to you. Again, you've heard that it was said to the people long ago, do not break your oath, but fulfill to the Lord the vows you have made. But I tell you, do not swear an oath at all, either by heaven, for it is God's throne, or by the earth, for it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. And do not swear by your head, for you cannot make even one hair white or black. All you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. Now, at first that appears to be a passage talking about oaths. If you give an oath, you keep your word. But Jesus actually said something really quite different. He said, look, you've heard it said if you make an oath or you swear a vow, you've got to keep it. He said, well, I'm going to tell you something even more important. Stop making oaths or promises. Right? Let your yes be yes, let your no be no. And anything else beyond that comes from the devil. It's pretty solid.
I think it's always better to be very clear about where you're going, yes or no. And of course the other aspect is, if you kind of don't say anything, don't commit, and people have a view that you're opposed to, but you don't want to say you're opposed to it for hurting their feelings, they could repeat down the track, oh, John agrees with me, don't you, John? Or, you know, you could be committed to something that you don't really agree to.
I think what Jesus was interested in here, what I see as the underlying thing here, say let your yes be yes or your no be no, it's basically saying, look, when you communicate straight, communicate plain meaning, and communicate what you can stand behind, right? And that for a person's yes to be yes or a no to be no, we've got to have relationships that are free of power imbalances. There's a lot of understanding of these things now. Has anybody ever been in a situation where you have felt manipulated to say yes and then felt bound to that? When in fact was not what you're at, or manipulated to say no, or sucked in to be on someone's side. You know, look, I really need you to agree with me on this. And these are the undercurrents that cause church communities to become unhealthy. For example, there are situations in which one person is always taking the superior position and talking down to others. In those circumstances, for the yes to be yes and the no to be no, those power systems have to be broken. Right? And that's then where you start to get relationship wars. So because if Jesus said, look, don't swear by anything else is from the devil, just let your yes be yes and your no be no. But for my yes to be yes, that is a yes on the outside of me says yes and the inside of me is saying yes, that is I'm congruent, it's working together. I've got to be free of those power games. Right? I've got to be not manipulated or not manipulating. So to be able to deliver on a lifestyle that is as a disciple of Christ in these things, we really have got to learn to be people who do not unhealthily exercise power over others, nor come under the unhealthy exercise of power by others.